If you want to take full control of your sales pipeline, you need.
Let me make sure that we have all our channels open. Chat, destination, skip ads. Sweet. Looks like we're live. So, hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Rapid Marketing System. We're going to dive into what is a customer journey. Let me go ahead and get set here for today. We are actually only live. Well, here's what we did today. We are actually live out on YouTube, which those of you that are joining us, welcome. YouTube Live will be the official place for our Rapid Marketing System training sessions. So those of you that are out there, welcome. Continue to jump into the chat and start posting your questions. What do you have as far as questions today? Any type of marketing question, go ahead and jump over there. Hey, Rita, I see you out there live. Welcome, welcome. So jump into the YouTube Live and start posting all your questions over there. We are also live on the Laurel Langmeyer profile site, and we're also live inside of the Laurel Langmeyer LinkedIn live stream. Those of you that are out on Twitter, you're out on the Millionaires in Training group, you're out on the Laurel profile or the LinkedIn Live, head on over to Laurel Langmeyer's YouTube channel. Just open up YouTube, type in Laurel Langmeyer, go to her channel, and you'll see the live video that's happening right now. I am only monitoring the comments live on the YouTube channel. So if you guys are hanging out there on some of the other channels, just know that it'll be a moment before I can get over there to your comments and your questions. So jump on over to YouTube and join us here. Again, welcome everybody for hopping in today. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to go over what is a customer journey and how can you utilize it inside of your business. So one of the things I'm going to share with you is the actual customer journey. What does it mean? What do you need to be focusing on right now? And then also, if you're in a position where you're working on your offers, you're working on your engagement, you're working on your content creation, what do I need to focus on right now? Hey, Kathy. Awesome. I see you're here on YouTube Live as well. So welcome, welcome. Yes, all of you that are out there live on the other channels, go head on over to YouTube, pop open a tab, YouTube, search for Laurel Langmeyer, and then go to the live stream. So we're all going to be hanging out over here, and I'm going to be monitoring all of the comments and all of the questions here. And yes, moving forward, these live streams will be here on YouTube exclusively. I did it today on all the channels, so that way everybody gets notified, making sure that we're going to be coming over here to the YouTube, Laurel Langmeyer's YouTube channel on the live stream tab. So without further ado, and again, as we start to progress through these calls, jump into the chat, let me know what questions you're having, let me know what I can help you with. Those of you that are here for the first time, you don't know who I am. Who's this talking head on the screen right now? Well, my name is Steve Lemmels. I'm a digital marketer, creative content expert, and also recently now a prompt engineer with all of the exciting things that are happening with artificial intelligence. I've become extremely well skilled in creating prompts that get me exactly what I'm looking for. It's definitely helping my business. It's helping me create a lot of things, cutting down time. And as we progress on these rapid marketing system training calls, we also want to bring in more content surrounded on artificial intelligence, so that way you can get your production as high as possible without doing a lot of work. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no work required. Whatever you have up here in your brain, your skill is what's going to bring a lot of that forward and create that experience. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pop open one of my customer journey sheets. I haven't shared it yet, so bear with me for just a little bit. I want to make sure I got everything I need here. As we start to talk about this, I want you to think about what you've been learning on these rapid marketing system calls, specifically tied to the customer journey. I've had a lot of questions that have come in, and these come from the Millionaire Intensive as well. So those of you that are showing up to the Millionaire Intensive, showing up to the marketplaces, that's pretty much an environment where you can come and interact and get feedback on those leads. So definitely show up, definitely come and get your free leads. So Those of you that have been continuously showing up for those, awesome. Those of you that would like to show up to our next one that's happening June 8th, that's happening next week. I'm going to put a link in the chat. You can head on over to askloral.com/event. Those of you that are my regulars, I recommend you continuously sign up for these. Keep coming back to those marketplaces so you can keep interacting, getting feedback, sell your products and services so that way you can get people in your pipeline. So let's go ahead and go to the customer journey. Those of you that follow digital marketer, Ryan Dice's company, this is where I got it from. I reinterpret it a little bit different because I want to focus on a very specific path first. A lot of us jump in full force. We want to go through the entire customer journey, but the truth of the matter is you haven't created enough content. You haven't created enough opt-in or subscription to continue to up-level you into the different paths. So let me go ahead and do this really fast and we can get rolling here. There we go. And I'm just gonna get up here and kind of maneuver back and forth a little bit. So that way gives me a little bit of room to maneuver around. And if you guys are like me, I like to have a stand-up desk and kind of put myself out here so that I'm comfortable and ready to move. So here is the customer journey. Let me move some of my devices around. And I might be getting a little bit of a lag because I got like 5 different screens up. So I may lose my train of thought for just a moment as I'm navigating back and forth. But here's the customer journey and here's how it works. As you're thinking to yourself, hey, I'm starting a business and I'm creating income for this business. Well, I need to sell a product. I need to sell a service. What is that product going to be? What is that service going to be? And what are the different layers going to be for this customer journey? If you haven't really sat down and looked at this and blueprinted this, you need to take a screenshot right now of what you're seeing and walk it through with me, because this is going to be crucial to how you set yourself up to then start creating content. I was actually in a conversation today where we were on the phone with somebody and they said, I'm spending all this time and I'm spending all this money developing this prototype, and it's going to be this amazing prototype. And the first question that I said was, well, who asked you to create it? Have you actually put it in the market? Are people wanting to purchase this thing? And they stood still, no sound for, I kid you not, probably about 2 or 3 minutes. And they were just like, hey, just give me a moment, I'm processing. And a lot of that happens a lot to us where we have a great idea. And the first thing we do is we go to work on creating this idea, creating this product, potentially going in a prototype, and nobody wants it. Nobody has even asked us to create it. And then later, after you've put in all this time and effort and energy, you've come to find out that somebody else is already doing this, or they're already selling it, and they're getting knocked off by all these different cheap products. So the first thing you want to do is create a space here to really look at what's my product. Answer this one question to yourself. Regardless of the product and the service, who are you? What are you an expert in? What do you do? What's the thing that you solve? And then this is going to help you craft this customer journey. Now, if we're looking at the customer journey, obviously there's all these different components, and I'll walk through all the components right now, but I'm only going to focus on 3. And staying true to our bite-sized marketing calls to action on these rapid marketing system calls, I want us to focus on just these 3, because I guarantee that 90% of us out there, myself included, just haven't created enough content yet to really educate our prospects, or even over-educate our prospects into letting them know, this is who I am, this is what I'm an expert in, this is how I can help you. Not that I sell this pen or that I sell this AirPod case, but I help with this particular problem, and here's my solution. And then here's the product and service that's then hinged to that solution. So if we're looking at this, let's go ahead and walk it through, highlight some of these areas just for ease of use. So number 1, the awareness stage. What does this mean? The awareness stage in the customer journey is that you're projecting yourself out in who you are, what are you an expert in, what do you do, what do you sell? And of course, I always translate this into being the billboard on the side of the freeway. The fastest way that you can do this right now today is take to social media, unless you have a bunch of credit cards laying around or a bunch of cash laying around that you can go and actually put billboards up, put digital billboards up, put yourself in a publication, put yourself in the newspaper, and get quickly to market with your ideas and your process. For most of us, that's not the case, but we do have some funds available that we can take to social media, leverage these accounts to be able to get us a result as quickly as possible. So here's what happens. In the decision-making process, you have a couple of different positions from the buyer, the person that's looking to solve the problem. And stage one, you have somebody who is aware that they have a problem, and they're going to start to practice due diligence and look for a solution, meaning that they still don't know what could be a potential solution. They're just aware that, hey, I'm looking for a solution to this problem. And they're going to start to look online. They're going to look on social media. They're going to research different experts. And then they're going to move into stage two, where they're in that process where they've identified maybe the top 10 experts, the top 10 products, the top 10 solutions that could be the solution to their problem. And then in stage three, they're going to move into action. They're aware. They know that there's a product that exists. Now they're just trying to make a decision about which product is going to be the best for them, and they're ready to buy. So your messaging can't be the same for somebody who doesn't even know they have a problem yet than somebody who actually is ready to buy and move forward. It doesn't connect. If you have somebody in front of you that's ready to move forward and make sales, you can't be talking to them about the features and how they have a problem. They already know they have a problem. They already know what's existing. They're in front of you because you are a potential solution. So you need to move to that level of communication. So in the awareness stage, this is somewhere where you're going to focus on continuous education for your prospect. Who are you? What are you an expert in? What do you do? And what are the different problems that you solve? This includes your array of products and services. Now, you're not explicitly saying, here's my product, buy it. Here's my service, buy it. You're sharing case studies. You're sharing stories. You're sharing scenarios. You're consistently talking about your craft, your expertise, because this is what happens. When you work in the awareness stage, you drive them to engagement, which is step two. What does that mean? In the engagement phase, the prospect, the person that's interested in potentially working with you, buying your product or service, they are making assumptions about how to connect with you. They're liking your videos. They're commenting and asking questions. They're sending you a DM and they're saying, hey, Steve, I saw that video you posted about CRMs. Can you clarify some things for me? And in this process, what I'm going to be doing is pushing those questions, pushing those engagements to subscribe. Follow my channel, subscribe to my channel. Go to this link, go to the link in the bio. Give me your name, email, and phone number. I'm going to send you something that's going to help you along the way. And way too often do you want to go in this way. You want to go from awareness directly to conversion. That doesn't really work all that well, because you're hinging on somebody's watching one video, somebody's watching two videos, and then all of a sudden you're asking them to buy. And they may be in a different position. They don't know enough about you yet. They don't even know enough about the problem they have, that they're still practicing due diligence in trying to find the best solution for them. So in all of these scenarios, I recommend that you stay right here. You're going to stay in awareness, you're going to stay in engagement, and you're going to stay in subscription until you've done this really, really, really well. The last time I read an article, and I found this over on Digital Marketer, you can probably go over to their blog and search for it. I read something that said that on average, your prospects are taking longer to make decisions because there's an abundance of education. There is limitless access to products, services, experts, and self-help on the internet. So as somebody is navigating, trying to find a solution, you need to be that person that pops up consistently, because now you're going to be top of mind to that person for a potential solution to their problem. Starting to make sense? So, well, what about excitement? What about ascension? What about advocacy? What about promotion? Here's how this works. When somebody is aware that you are a potential solution to their problem, they engage with you. They ask questions. They want to know more. Hey, what are the benefits? What are the features? How do I get started? Then you take them to subscription to qualify them a little bit more. After that, you say, well, you know everything about the product. You know everything about the service. Here's how much it's going to cost. Why don't you go ahead and buy this from me? Then you fulfill 110%. The guest, the customer, the prospect is so excited about the product and service that they want to know about what else you offer. Known as the ascension ladder, known as the funnel, known as the value ladder. There's all kinds of different names for it, but essentially you're working the prospect, turning them into a lead, eventually converting them into a customer, and then offering more products and services. After you've done this really well, what happens is the guests, the customer, they give you immense feedback that they will eventually advocate and promote your business. So that way, the more you focus on serving versus selling, the more you get somebody who's going to be an advocate for you and send you referral business. So that's how the entire customer journey works. However, I only want you to focus on this area right here. We're going to focus on awareness. We're going to focus on engagement. We're going to focus on subscription. What does that mean? How do I do that? And how can I put this into action today, right after this live stream? Because staying true to those marketing CTAs, those calls to action, I want to go to do this so I can get results. Well, number one, you have to create more awareness to the people that you want to work with you, to your potential customers. How do you do that? Well, number one, the easiest way is to go to social media and create more content, create more reels, create more posts, and talk about what you do. Talk about who you are. Talk about what you're an expert in. Talk about solutions. Talk about testimonials. Talk about who you've worked with. I had an interesting conversation earlier this week. Somebody said, well, I haven't sold anything, but I've worked with people and I've offered my services for free and they've achieved results. So I said, okay, go back to those people, interview them, do a quick video testimonial. You create more videos about the process and know that what you're doing is connected to actual, tangible, real results. You have something there. So continue to speak about your expertise, continue to speak about what you do, serve, and then the next phase of that process is that they will start to engage with you. They're going to start to comment. They're going to start to message you in the DMs. They're going to like your stuff. You then need to not stay still and stagnant and move forward and reach out to your prospect and say, hey, first name, I noticed you saw that video. I noticed that you asked the question about this. How can I help you? Here's the answer to your question. You also have to be active. The entire procedural work on the person is just non-existent. Otherwise, you're never going to make any sales. So you need to continue that process. And then the subscription phase, what is that free thing that they're going to download to continue to learn more about you, continue to learn more about your business, and then get to a point where they're going to make a decision and move forward? Because then here's what's going to happen. As soon as they subscribe, you're going to invite them to then purchase a small ticket offer. Those of you that have been to my Fast Guys coaching calls, you know that I keep talking about a bump offer, and that is normally $27. You all have the ability to create that. And even better, inside of Rapid Marketing System, we create the automation to this entire process. 2, 3. So that way you don't have to worry about it. We'll just create it for you. So as I take you now to action, keep this in mind. Why is this not working? Why am I not making more money for my products and services? Why am I not getting people to sign up? You're giving too much away in terms of how things are processed. Keep your conversations inside of the awareness stage in the what and why conversation. This is why you need this, because you have this problem. This is what you can do because you have this problem. Here are potential solutions because you have this problem. The moment you start to cross that line and actually dive into, well, here's how you do it. Here's step one, here's step two. Actually go to this site, click here, download here, and do this. You've lost your prospect because now they're making decisions, making assumptions about how much work this really is. So stick to the customer journey. Step one, awareness. Step two, engagement. Step three, subscription. Do this for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days until you've done extremely well right here, and the conversions will come. The engagement comes. Your prospects turn into customers. Too many of you are 3 feet from gold. You've done this for so long, you've lost hope because nothing is happening. Look to how consistent you are. Are you posting something every single day? Take a look at Laurel's channels. Take a look at the YouTube channel. We're posting pieces of content every single day, Monday through Friday. Everything is content. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it stays true to who you are. What are you an expert in? What are you doing? Move forward. So I'll leave you with that. Those of you that want to learn more about Rapid Marketing System, head on over to askrms.com. I'm going to go ahead and put a link here into the chat for those of you that actually just want us to do this for you and speak to our team. So I'm going to put this here, put it in the chat. Those of you that are out on our live streams, you can always call our office, 775-588-9200. Say, hey, I just saw Steve over on Laurel's YouTube channel live talking about Rapid Marketing System. What is it? How can I start? How can I get this created for me? So take action, go now and continue to work us on your customer journey, work on the awareness, the engagement, the subscription. The conversion will come as long as you stay consistent and continue to create content to educate and over-educate your prospects to make a decision about working with you. So appreciate you all. Have a good night. We'll see you on the next session.